When opportunity came knocking,
What's up, man? How you going?
Elijah Williams was willing to take the chance.
Obviously, we got to talk about your grades and all that stuff.
This 16-year-old was caught in a vicious cycle, following what's called the school-to-prison pipeline in Seattle.
On the path I was headed, I really wasn't going to be nothing.
All right, so footwork?
I was more of a follower. Kids running around trying to gangbang, trying to be like all the older people. I guess I really took a different path, even though we was gonna end up the same way anyways. Them, they were gonna be in jail. I was probably gonna be living off my mom, and if probably get to the point where maybe even be homeless.
But something changed his trajectory.
I can't do this, man.
A brotherhood.
You can do it.
Guiding him on the right path.
Listen, it's just a bump in the road, bro. You all right?
To a brighter future.
Good, good, good.
2 years ago, Elijah's mother was at her wits' end with the trouble he was causing. So she signed him up for a mentoring program called M.U.S.T.
So M.U.S.T stands for Mentoring Urban Students and Teens. The reason why I love M.U.S.T is because it hits right at home. It's impacting lives that people say really don't matter. It's impacting boys that I know have hope that people say are hopeless. It's impacting a generation that's going to allow generation curses to be broke.
Standing beside a mural spotlighting the most prominent black leaders in our nation, Kelvin Washington, the executive director of M.U.S.T, didn't always see himself as one.
Yes, sir.
For me, as a black male in Houston, it was different, right? A lot of attitude problems, a lot of getting in trouble for no reason based on just who I am.
Oh, yeah.
And I see the same thing in the boys that I'm with now, right? They're just acting out because they don't really have a deeper understanding of what's going on.
Ooh.
Yeah, control.
Our near-peer mentorship is really, really special because our young men that are in high school are connected with a black young man that's only 2 or 3 years older. So that's the cycle of hope.
There it is.
That's where mentor Mark Phillips comes in.
Finish. Yep, nice.
Growing up in Seattle's Beacon Hill neighborhood, Mark recalls the year in his life that changed his path.
My 5th grade year, I did terrible. So I had 120 missed assignments. It's a true story, like 120 missed assignments. My parents had found out I was really not doing school. My parents actually decided to hold me back. And so they held me back. And it was like that decision. I met this new teacher. She became my mentor. And then like I sailed through school after that.
Hard work paid off. He got a full-ride academic scholarship to Seattle University and the opportunity to share his knowledge and experience with someone like Elijah.
The first time I met him, he literally wouldn't say anything. Like, he was just super shy. Push, come on, push through it. My job as a mentor is really not to just give him the answers and then out. Because I give him an answer, it's like temporary, you know, it's like a temporary solution. But if I give him like the principles, you know, he can create his own solutions, and then that way it'll last way longer. Hold it wide.
Every week, Mark and Elijah meet up. They work out, discover a new activity together, and then...
Time to eat.
Finally.
This time, the Jerk Shack in Belltown welcomed them in. And at the table, the hard work is never too far out of view.
Looks like you had a B in geometry, an A in French, B- in comp science.
And they're seeing tangible results. Elijah went from C's and D's to acing classes he never imagined even taking.
I like everything. I didn't want to go to college before. I didn't even know if I wanted to do high school. Now I look forward to all that.
He's realizing that he does have the capacity to be whomever he wants to be, but it takes hard work. And you're seeing a young man who's put it in work that he's never put in, and he's getting results that he's never seen. And I think that's the power in consistency.
Now, Elijah has a dream, knowing he can turn that dream
Come on, push.
into reality.
Come on, breathe.
Might try and become a mentor myself.
Nice. Come on, way to finish it.
Well, and Elijah's really come out of his shell, and now he knows his worth, and he's willing to fight for it. And it's also important to mention that M.U.S.T also sets up the mentors with life coaches to ensure their path to success. So it's not only helping the mentees like Elijah, but it's also helping guys like Mark as well.
Well, I love seeing 2 young men there who are helping each other grow. Just amazing